Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Waves News, a series where we cover a few current events that I believe will impact the markets. These episodes are meant to be more chill, so sit back, grab yourself a drink. As always, let me know what you're personally drinking down below. Today, in an especially chill episode of Waves News, I am drinking a Kona Big Wave. You guys, this has been my favorite beer on the planet for a lot longer than I'd like to admit, and it could not be a more appropriate drink for the Waves fam, for the channel. I am a bit biased for sure, because this is actually made by the hometown heroes at Kona Brewing Company. Grew up drinking this, you guys, still drink it to this day. This is a light beer. It's a golden ale, like Lilycoin infused. Not a big IPA guy, not a heavy beer guy, and I seriously do love this. This is straight up not sponsored. I just like doing my part to support a product that I really like, and hopefully do my best to support the local economy. I know Kona Brew is actually a nationwide brand, so if you guys do like beer, again, if you don't like IPAs but like beer, go check this out. Even if you like IPAs, it's freaking delicious. And again, let's cheers it up, you guys. I'm gonna crack this here on the channel. I'm actually gonna stop monetizing these in general, just for the fam, you guys. Keep it super chill. So stop the monetization. You're gonna be seeing a lot more of these around here. So cheers, you guys. Whatever you're drinking, again, let me know down below. Dink it and sink it. Let's crack this up. Do a little ASMR for you guys real quick, and then we'll go over some topics. All right, so nice. Don't fizz. Pinkies up, you guys, always. Let's do one more for the road, all right? Honestly, this is lukewarm, still delicious. That really speaks to the quality of this beer, okay? So again, you guys, a little dinky and sinky, and then we'll go over the topics, all right? First one of the day is always the best. All right, so we got a huge earnings week ahead. CNBC earnings and the Federal Reserve, our next big catalyst as stocks enter week ahead on an upswing. So you guys, we've already gone through a lot of earnings over the past couple of weeks in the equity markets, but this week is, I believe, the biggest. We have, let's just go over here, about 165 S&P 500 companies are due to report earnings next week. That is a staggering number of earnings. So this is obviously going to be very, very strong looks, insight into the actuality of the current status of our economy, of just how money is flowing through many of these companies. And of course, that will definitely set the precedent for how the equity markets as a whole perform moving forward, okay? So I do feel like this is probably the biggest thing, and we got the Federal Reserve making announcements too. There's a lot of just macroeconomic factors that will be revealed next week that, of course, will have a very, very strong impact, not only on the equity markets themselves, but on the entirety of the financial markets, okay? So this is probably the most important news that I want to convey to you guys. We will kick it off with this. After that, stocks in Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually breaking out today. So I'm recording this on Friday, you guys. We're going to take a look at the chart afterwards, talk about the breakout that's currently occurring. Again, I will be posting this probably in about 24 hours from now. So we'll talk about that a little more as we dive into the charts. But this is very, very bullish news for Bitcoin from a fundamental perspective. Forbes, Bitcoin about face. JPMorgan opens crypto trading to all clients. Okay, so this is huge, you guys. This is, I won't say controversial, but this is a very, very big step considering JPMorgan historically, and Jamie Dimon, this dude right here. I mean, I respect Jamie Dimon a lot, but he has not been the most open to Bitcoin. He's actually had some pretty damn negative words for Bitcoin in the past. So this is surprising, but it really speaks to the adoption that's happening in institutions, in big banks, in these large funds, these whales, and the fact that they're allowing trading to clients. There is some specifics, little sus specifics that we will get into as we read over this article, but just from a general sentiment perspective, from an adoption perspective, from an optics perspective, in all honesty, this is very, very bullish. Okay, so we'll go over this again. We'll take a look at the charts here. I'll give you guys, we're not going to get super technical today. I just want to talk to you guys about the breakout that just occurred right here. Very, very obvious breakout that you guys can see, but I do want to give you guys my thoughts. Again, I'm recording this on Friday afternoon. I will be posting it tomorrow afternoon. So just stay tuned, you guys. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how BTC performs over the weekend. Bitcoin is not only the king of the crypto markets, it's also the king of the fake outs. So weekends are, and fake outs are notorious for happening on weekends. Everyone gets stoked, and then you wait till Sunday evening and the thing just falls off a cliff back below previous resistance, okay? So I will give you guys a few of my general thoughts on Bitcoin going into the weekend, going into next week as well. Again, not getting super technical here, just giving you guys some of my general thoughts. We'll get more technical in this Sunday stock watch, okay? So that is Bitcoin, and then we'll close it out with something that is very, very close to the Waves fam in recent weeks, okay? So this is Lucid Motors. This is regarding the CCIV Lucid merger that was just approved. You'd love to hear it, you guys. Approved. Stockholders approve. Electric. I actually really like this article. It's a very well-designed article. So shout out Electric. I haven't looked at this page ever before, but I dig this. Stockholders approve Lucid's merger with CCIV will join NASDAQ next week, you guys. I was so pumped to see this morning. If you guys watched my recent video on CCIV that I just posted, I guess a couple of days ago, whenever you guys may be watching this, I was not worried. It got held up a little bit. The merger was held up a bit, but this was passed. I wasn't worried. I'm still bullish. The stock outperformed the entirety of the EV market. Most EVs and green energy stocks on Friday today were in the red in a big way, and Lucid was up like 6%. We closed the day out 6%. Largest position in my portfolio, in my stock and call portfolio, call options portfolio as well. So that felt so good, you guys. And yeah, I'm very, very excited for the week ahead of us, not only for Lucid, but for Bitcoin, for just for the markets in general, considering we have so much to keep an eye out for, okay? So again, we will take a look at Bitcoin as well, crypto markets. At this point in time, I'm very excited to see this, but again, still a little uncertain. We will cover this more. We'll cover BTC and Link in tomorrow's episode of Sunday Stock Watch. As you guys know, the Sunday Stock Watch, I don't know if you, I mean, I've said it many times, but if you don't know, the Sunday Stock Watches, if you guys are familiar with the Sunday Stock Watches that we've posted for the better part of the past year and a half or so, this is now our 5th week of doing the private Sunday Stock Watch for the portfolio and newsletter group, all right? So it's the exact same stock watch, looks exactly like this, like everyone I've recorded in the past, but now I upload it to YouTube, I make it private, and I send out that private link to the newsletter and portfolio group in a newsletter, okay? And I actually also put it in the portfolio curriculum as well. So not only do you get the Sunday Stock Watch, you guys, but you get the portfolio updated every single trading day. That's a complete breakdown of every single position in my entire personal portfolio. Again, I update that every single trading day during market hours with the trades that I've made that day. And then I send out the daily newsletter that rationalizes my thoughts, that I explain my trades in. Even if I don't make many trades, I still throw like 4 or 5 charts in there every day with an analysis during market hours once again, giving you guys my thoughts, giving you guys my price targets in real time if I feel like it's important to convey with you and share with you, okay? So check out the newsletter. Of course, you get the complete breakdown of the portfolio on Teachable Curriculum. You get the daily newsletter sent to your email inbox every single morning, or morning for me, it might be afternoon for you guys. Obviously, it's dependent on time zones. And again, the Sunday Stock Watch, which I'm very, very excited. This is the 5th week. They're getting better and better. And I really like how I can just take a look at the portfolio and talk about everything as we go into a new trading week, okay? So that is $15 a month or $40 every 3 months, whichever you prefer. Just dip your toe in and do a $15 a month. That's going to be the first link in the description, you guys. I really do my best to make this as worth your money as I possibly can, and it really means a lot if you guys check it out, okay? It's a great way to support the channel and support everything we're doing over here in the Waves family, okay? So again, 15 bones a month, $40 every 3 months. First link down below means a lot. If not, no worries. Let's dive into some of this news, okay? So very, very exciting. Again, huge with a Y earnings. I'm gonna take one more sip of this, okay? I'm getting parched. Forgive me if I burp like halfway through reading. Earnings, Federal Reserve, big catalyst, stocks enter week ahead on an upswing. Key points, stocks are perched at all-time highs and poised to enter the coming week on an upswing after shaking off Monday's sell-off on a COVID-related growth scare. Even though COVID... So Moderna, I just want to throw in Moderna right now, you guys. Moderna, as of yesterday actually, Moderna has officially 10x'd in my portfolio. I bought Moderna at $33. That's my average buy price. All honesty, I've been taking profits. Again, shout out portfolio group and newsletter group. Been taking profits, putting them into plays that I believe are more promising at this moment, present more asymmetric risk profiles, more potential upside, obviously. But Moderna has 10x'd officially in my portfolio this morning because it's like the Louis Vuitton. It's the Louis Vuitton. It's the Bugatti. It's the 1942 of vaccines, and I'm stoked. And I do take pride in that, even though I have no right to it all. I take pride that I have some mRNA, some mRNA stock in my arm right now. All comes full circle, right? Just wanted to throw that out just because Moderna absolutely ripped today. The Federal Reserve meets in the week ahead, and investors will be watching for clues on when the central bank could begin tapering back its bond buying. About 165 S&P 500 companies are due to report earnings in the biggest week of earnings season, with tech heavyweights, there we go, there's a burst, Apple, Microsoft, and Alphabet among them. Investors will be keeping an eye on the bond market in the week ahead, as well as Thursday's reported second quarter gross domestic product, or GDP. Okay, so let's read over a few paragraphs here, get into some more specifics, and then we'll scroll down here and take a look at the actual earnings calendar. This is a long article, very comprehensive, but again, the weekly calendar ahead with all the earnings. And again, you guys, there's some big boys in here. There's some big dogs announcing earnings. Here comes one of the biggest market weeks of the summer. First, the Federal Reserve meets Tuesday and Wednesday. While no action is expected, there could be some mention of the central bank's possible wind down of its bond program. That could move the market, since the tapering of the central bank's bond purchases is seen as the first step on the way to interest rate hikes. Okay, so again, from a macro perspective, that is when the dollar, although the DXY has actually been kind of ripping lately, that's what will really slow down growth in the markets, is once they start lowering interest rates. And again, that comes following the stoppage of bond purchases. Then there are about 165 S&P 500 companies releasing earnings reports, including the biggest tech names: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Facebook. Tesla's reporting, as are industrial heavyweights, Boeing and Caterpillar. There's a slew of consumer names, including Procter & Gamble and McDonald's. So pretty much you guys will see those more. We'll see more of those names, and you guys will really get the grasp of how literally the biggest player from pretty much every sector in our economy, in our world, is announcing earnings next week. And again, that will obviously that will create tailwinds. Either to the upside or the downside. It's for sure going to be one of the two. I don't think things are just going to go flat, but this will for sure create some sort of tailwind or headwind for the equity markets overall and the financial markets overall, actually, as we head into the weeks ahead. Okay, so there's also important economic news. The second quarter is expected to be the period for the post-pandemic growth, and GDP for the quarter will be released Thursday. On Friday, the Fed's favorite inflation measure, the Personal Consumption Expenditure Inflation Index, is released. Okay, so actually, content of the week, because I forgot to freaking put it in the tabs. Content of the week is Anthony Pompliano. You guys know him. If you're interested in Bitcoin, you guys know it. Anthony Pompliano, Best Business Podcast. Need more beer. I'm slurring my words. I need a little bit more beer, okay? Anthony Pompliano. You guys definitely know him. I've featured him. I've mentioned him here on the channel many times. I view him as a mentor of mine personally. Just started a great daily live stream on YouTube called the Best Business Podcast. It's like 2 hours a day. He covers all the good stuff. He's been talking a lot about inflation lately. And you guys, if you guys have not yet stumbled upon that somehow, I assume, I feel like me and Pomp have somewhat similar vibes. I'm not trying to compare myself to him in a great way by any means, but same vibes, like just black shirt, hat, chill, younger, black-haired guy, I guess. But I relate to him. Again, I view him as a mentor. I think I really respect his opinions on a lot of things. I disagree with him on a lot of things as well, but I would recommend you guys go watch that for yourself. He just talks about all the best current events, and it's honestly great content. Okay, so go check out Best Business Podcast by Anthony Pompliano. If you do, throw in the comments, say that Roy sent you, okay? Say you're from the Waves fam. All right, so that's that. Let's go on to talk about some of these earnings that we're going to be seeing next week. I'll just read out kind of the highlighted ones here, okay? So, LVMH reports on Monday. I was saying this when I was talking about CCIV the other day, you guys. A big reason I like soon-to-be LCID, it's going to feel good to see that, Lucid Motors, is because they're targeting the luxury market. LVMH, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, is the owner of pretty much luxury in the world. Louis Vuitton, obviously, Moet Hennessy, as the name implies, but the owner of many other luxury brands as well. Its founder, Bernard Arnault, at one point in the past month or two, was the richest man in the world, even overtaking Jeff Bezos when Amazon stock was going down a little bit. Keep that in mind, you guys. The richest man in the world, is the founder of a luxury house, of LVMH. That just shows where luxury is going. Again, the reality of our economy is right now, and it sucks and it's sad. But I mean, that's why you got to work as hard as you possibly can. That's why I'm so blessed and so fortunate, and I work as hard as I do, is because it feels good. It feels good. You want to be on the top. You want to be on the better end of this deal. Life isn't fair sometimes, you guys, and you just gotta do your best to work as hard and as smart as you can, and outwork everyone else. And if you work as hard and smart as you possibly can, it'll pay off one day, and you will be in that 1%. But regardless, from a purely objective perspective, like humanitarian perspective aside, I mean, the rich are just getting richer, and rich people love luxury. I like myself a little luxury. I'm not a big luxury guy, but I mean, I splurge in some luxury at times, and that's a big reason I'm bullish on CCIV personally, is because luxury is hotter than ever, and that will be displayed in LVMH's earnings. I think these earnings are going to be hot, and in all honesty, I might cover LVMH in our Sunday stock watch tomorrow, because this could be a very, very sick earnings play, okay? So 10 a.m. new home sales. Tesla. Obviously, Tesla, right here. We got Tesla. That's going to be huge, and that will dictate the general direction of plays like CCIV, like the EV sector as well, plays like NIO, XPeng, the Chinese players. Honestly, with all the regulatory issues that are happening in China right now, I'm completely staying away from the Chinese EV automakers. That's why right now, Lucid Motors, and again, I'm very, very happy to know that LCID is going to be the biggest position in my portfolio on Monday. I feel so confident having that in my portfolio right now, okay? I'll talk a little bit more about the balance between how I think cash could flow into Tesla, or like out of Tesla into plays like Lucid in tomorrow's Sunday stock watch. But for now, let's go over many of these names, okay? Tuesday, Fed begins two-day meeting. Oh, poor Tuesday. Oh, never mind. There we go. Tuesday earnings, huge ones. Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft, 3M, Visa, AMD, GE, Boston Science, Raytheon, JetBlue. I mean, geez, like you guys, these are huge earnings. So again, UPS, that's gonna be huge. Cheesecake Factory, that's one's gonna be interesting. I actually I've eaten at a Cheesecake Factory more times also than I'd like to admit over the past couple of months. Durable goods, all the good stuff. Wednesday, we got Boeing, Facebook, Pfizer, Ford, Qualcomm, McDonald's, BMS, PayPal. PayPal's probably absolutely ripping. CME Group, Moody's, Steve Madden, Penske, Samsung, I guess. Thursday, Amazon, Merck, Comcast, Airbus, Anheuser-Busch. Anheuser-Busch is gonna crush earnings. So cheers to that, you guys. Honestly, I think Anheuser-Busch might own Kona Brew Pub now. Like, they still have their home base here. They still brew like this beer that you buy in Kona here. But I think one of the big like liquor houses. What do you call them? One of the big beer houses, one of the big beer brands like Anheuser-Busch bought them a couple of years back. MasterCard, AstraZeneca, Hilton. Hilton's going to be an interesting one. All like the travel brands, the hospitality brands. American Tower, AMT. I think that's AMT. Gilead, Altria. Everyone likes their cigarettes and jewels. Molson Coors, again, cheers to that. Not gonna drink again yet. But Valero Energy. Friday, close it out. Caterpillar, very industrial, very domestic. Chevron, Exxon, got the gas. Gas is ripping. Procter & Gamble, Colgate. And that's about all that's worth mentioning here, you guys. But Friday, again, we got a lot of macroeconomic data coming out, employment data, and that's gonna be very important as well. Okay, so you guys just keep an eye on these. I'm not necessarily trading all of these. Again, I did talk about a few names that I do think these will impact when it comes to my personal portfolio a little bit, and just the way I personally attack trading. But keep an eye on these for yourself, you guys. There's always opportunity in earnings, and again, it's like Snap ripped. That's obvious. I catch myself on Snap a lot of more than I'd like to admit. Let me know, you guys, if you just catch yourself on Snapchat just like geeking out over the stupidest clickbait headlines, and it works. Like, whoever runs their headlines, and I know multiple people do, but whoever like their editor-in-chief is, crushes the clickbait aspect of all the articles and like little mini vids that they put on their feed, okay? So that's that, you guys. Again, keep an eye out for this, and let me know what you think. Let me know if you're playing earnings, as always, down below. Always want to know what you guys are doing, because it interests me. Okay, I want to know what the community's up to. All right, so let's talk some Bitcoin. About face, Mr. Jamie Dimon looking super sassy in an ironic twist, given CEO Jamie Dimon's well-established distrust of the industry. JPMorgan has reportedly become the first major U.S. bank to provide all wealth management clients with access to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency funds. Boom! Advisors in JPMorgan's $630 billion wealth management division can now accept orders to buy and sell 5 crypto products, including Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust, good old GBTC, the OG, Bitcoin Cash Trust, Ethereum Classic Products, and Osprey Funds Bitcoin Trust. Keep an eye on that one, you guys. OBTC. We'll be talking about that definitely in tomorrow's Sunday Stock Watch. The policy change became effective on July 19th, according to an internal memo obtained by Business Insider. Quote, We are excited to be onboarded to the JPMorgan Wealth platform. OBTC remains the lowest priced publicly traded Bitcoin fund in the US, and we believe JPMorgan's clients will see value in the product. Greg King, founder and CEO of Osprey Funds, told Forbes, shout out Greg King. My dad's name is Greg, and he's king. He's a king. Shout out Pops. The new policy applies to all JP Morgan clients, including self-directed clients using the Chase trading app. Affluent clients of JP Morgan advisors and the richest tier of clients served by the private bank. Advisors are not allowed to recommend crypto products to clients, and the clients must ask to make crypto trades. Okay? So huge news here, you guys. Obviously, this is bullish. They are, again, it's funny because Jamie Dimon over the years, again, you guys, I've been in this space a long time. Jamie Dimon, who objectively is an individual that I respect a lot. I've watched a lot of interviews with Jamie Dimon. I like the way he thinks. I like how he's established, like CEO. He's one of the most successful, arguably one of the most successful CEOs in finance. But he just doesn't, he's an old dude. He just doesn't get crypto just yet. But at this point, he's withdrawn on kind of his trash talk of Bitcoin, and he's letting his clients speak for themselves. And I respect that. I respect that he's letting clients onboard Bitcoin products if they want to. And obviously, if they're making money off of it, why not? Like, put your bias aside, and that's what they did. So shout out to Jamie Dimon. I do like Jamie Dimon. I do like JP Morgan, and I respect them for being the first big bank to offer Bitcoin products to their clients, okay? So speaking of Bitcoin's price action, you guys, it has officially broken resistance. You guys, I've been talking about this downtrend since the end of June, so it's only been a few weeks here, but this is a very, very strong line of resistance on the current downtrend. Just today, just before I made the video, let's actually go to the daily because it did close the daily above this trend line, which is very bullish. The weird thing here, though, you guys, and I was just talking to someone in my Discord about this. Shout out Care Bear. Excuse me, once again. But we closed the daily above this line of resistance, which is a very, very strong indicator. The weird thing was, because I was watching Bitcoin's chart as this happened, is that it closed the daily candle. It ripped like half an hour before the daily candle unclosed, or before it officially closed the daily, which I definitely think is sus, especially going into the weekend. Again, you guys, as I said in the beginning, weekends are notorious for pump fakes, and like, this is bullish. Objectively, from a purely technically rational perspective, this is very, very bullish. A daily closure above a strong line of resistance on the current downtrend does lead me to believe that it's very possible, and I wouldn't be surprised at all to see a breakout. But at the same time, I would not be surprised to see us just see this be a fake out. As I said, again, Bitcoin, not only the king of crypto, king of fake outs as well, especially, like, you guys, this market is so heavily manipulated. There's so many whales pulling some strings in this market, so you got to be careful. That's why dollar cost averaging is very important. Over the course of the past week, I've personally been DCAing into some Ether. Finally, it feels good to have more Ether in my portfolio once again. We'll likely continue to do so, but don't get too bullish too quick, you guys. Just stay on your toes here, and it will be interesting to see how the rest of this weekend plays out. I'll talk to the newsletter portfolio group about this on Sunday with an update, and it will be interesting to see what happens over the weekend once again. Okay, so again, not talking price targets. We'll definitely make a crypto convo at some point next week and catch up on what's going on in the crypto sector, regardless of price direction. We'll definitely keep you guys posted over the course of the next week or so, all right? No, not next week or so, but over the next few days, all right? So that's Bitcoin. Let's close it out with some great news from Lucid. Lucid dreaming about CCIV and LCID. Stockholders approve Lucid's merger with CCIV. We'll join the NASDAQ next week. Love to see it, you guys. I could not highlight these. So if you guys want to know how I highlight things, this is how I do it. And that's what it looks like when I highlight. So I'm not going to be doing that. Let's get rid of that guy. We'll just read here, and I'll just read until I feel it's necessary. Shout out the G-Wagon right there. That's the next cop. Saw the sickest Brabus G-Wagon, you guys. The sickest Brabus built, like G4x4. That's probably the dream car. It makes no sense at all to have that car in Kona. And I'm very happy with my Jeep Gladiator at this point right now. But the Brabus G, even if I made like stupider money, I don't even know if I'd want that here, because there's literally, where I live, there would be no. That's the most impractical car ever. It's practical in the sense that I could off-road everywhere, and that'd be sick. And it's like the only one that's going to be here, which is definitely a flex. But I mean, there would be no possible way to service that freaking thing. Okay, so just shout out. Let me know what your guys' favorite car is down below. Again, these are chill episodes. I'm going on a lot of tangents here, and I'm drinking. So cheers to that, you guys. I'm gonna pound this before I ask you guys to give the video a like at the very end. Okay, so one more sip, read over this, pound it. Call it a weekend, all right? Okay. After days of both sides rallying stockholders to exercise their vote, The SPAC merger between Lucid Motors and Churchill Capital Corp 4, or CCIV, has been approved. The closing of this long-anticipated merger is expected to close later today, and the Lucid Motors is expected to trade on NASDAQ next week under the ticker symbol LCID. In the newsletter today, I just completely dusted CCIV. I usually do I'll do the first thing we're talking about, one, and then the name of the company and the ticker symbol. Today, Lucid Motors, LCID was what was there, and that is obviously jumping the gun a little bit, but I've been waiting so long for this to happen, and it's finally happening. If you don't know by now, Lucid Motors is a luxury EV automaker on the cusp of delivering its first sedan, the Air, sometime in the second half of 2021. I like how that's in quotes. After months of rumor and speculation surrounding the potential SPAC merger, Lucid announced it would go public last February as part of this business combination with Churchill Capital Corp 4, or CCIV, obviously good old SPACy. Lucid shared it would eventually enter the NASDAQ and receive an approximate cash injection of $4.4 billion to accelerate its production of the Lucid Air and development of future EVs like the Gravity SUV. Again, you guys, if you have, this is such a sick car. I'm gonna burp. Excuse me. I don't want to burp in the microphone. Excuse me. But you guys, looking at this car, go Google the Lucid Air. These are so much sicker than Teslas, in my personal opinion. And again, if you guys go watch my most recent video on CCIV, went over a few of the specs and a few of the financials surrounding Lucid, and it's very promising. And I'm just, although this SPAC will successfully value CCIV at this point around $25 billion, considering NIO is at $80 billion right now. I know they have a lot of cars out there and stuff, but I think Lucid does really pose a solid sense of competition to Tesla. And again, they're targeting the luxury market. The luxury market, you guys, with all the things we talked about earlier, the rich are getting richer. That trend is likely to continue. We analyze trends, we spot trends. That's a trend that I know for a fact is just going to continue to happen, and luxury is just going to continue to be hotter. And that's what makes me so ridiculously bullish on this company, is that they're the first. They're the Lamborghini. They're the Ferrari of electric vehicles at this point. And this is, again, it's like catching Ferrari or Lamborghini or Bugatti in their early phases, in the IPO phases. Okay, so that's how I view this. Again, I like luxury. It's very on brand for the Waves fam. We got the money sign and the Waves logo. We talk about money all day pretty much. And again, there's just so many things that make me so excited about this merger. Oh, we're not going to talk anymore. But again, you guys, I'm so excited to see Lucid, to see ticker symbol LCID in my trading accounts as we open up next week. We will take a look at the charts, of course, in Sunday Stock Watch tomorrow. But for now, please let me know if you guys are invested in CCIV, if you guys are excited, how pumped you guys were to see the stock pop today on the merger news. Again, yesterday, I wasn't worried. There was a holdup, but I mean, I'm not surprised to see speed bumps. It just presented a better buying opportunity, and I did go heavier on my CCIV position yesterday, and today it really paid off. Okay, so let me know what you're excited about going into next week. Again, if you guys are playing any of these earnings, if you're excited about CCIV, if you're playing some like GBTC or OBTC, which is again very, very promising. We'll be talking about OBTC tomorrow and taking a look at their chart. But let me know, you guys, whatever it is you guys want to talk about. Always here to talk with you guys below. Talk some shop, chop it up, talk some story. So I'll catch you guys downstairs in the comments. Bottoms up, you guys. I would dump it upside down, but there's like a drop or two left. I was only like half a beer. All to you guys. Have a great weekend. And I mean, if you guys just want to talk it up, let me know what you did this weekend. If you did anything notable, let me know down below. Anyway, I'll catch you guys downstairs in the comments. Cheers, you guys. Once again, I'll catch you next week. Until then, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace, guys.